welcome to another edition of the Stafford Report. I'm Cindy Dunnigan. I'm the Outreach Coordinator at Stafford Technical Center, and the main part of my job is recruitment of county sophomores to consider Stafford as one of their educational pathways. I also handle social media and outreach to the community and outreach to middle schoolers. I landed at Stafford after doing quite a long stint at Rutland City Public Schools at Rutland High School as a paraeducator, and I was always impressed with the students who would choose to go to Stafford and how successful they would become and how engaged in their learning they would become. And they would come back over to the high school and stop in and chat with me, and they were always so excited about their options and what they were doing in their programs at Stafford. Recently, we've had some new staff members join us, and with me here today is one of them. So I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Gwen Hagenbarth. I am Assistant Director of Adult Education at Stafford Technical Center. And I am thrilled to be in this position. This is year 39 in education for me, and the first 38 years were in K through 12 schools. And most of those years were in Vermont. I've spent a lot of years at Rutland High School as a math teacher, 7 altogether, and then I also spent some time in neighboring schools in the Rutland area, like I was an assistant principal at Fairhaven Union Middle and High School the last couple of years. And I was a teacher at Woodstock High School, which is not in this county, but still, Vermont's pretty small. I feel like it's all neighboring counties. And I actually spent some time teaching at Bethel in Vermont, what used to be called Whitcomb High School. So in all the years of working with students, I've always been looking to help them achieve their best. And this is pretty fitting to now work with adult students. I don't work with them directly, but we're helping the area businesses with the employees that they need and helping the people in the area find the jobs that they need. It just seems like the perfect fit after spending that many years in K through 12 education. Now I'm on the other end here helping adults in the community. It's a wonderful opportunity that Stafford gives the people in the area and the businesses in the area. So it's an exciting community partnership that I'm very happy to be part of.
And it must be really rewarding to see adults continuing education when you're so education focused, and to kind of think back to all of the students that you've seen go through K-12 and know that they had journeys that went beyond that you may have lost touch with them,
right.
But now you kind of get a glimpse at those things that come after.
Exactly. And in fact, there's a couple that I've already known from years, and because I've been in education around here for a long time, so it puts a smile on your face, it warms your heart, it really does. It's a good feeling position to be in.
Yeah. So you started in early July, and things are pretty quiet in Stafford at that time of the year. Our summer camp programs are running, but there's not a whole lot else going on. We did have some construction going on in the building. But now you've had a little bit more time to kind of get your feet under you. And so I know you enjoy making those connections with the community partners, and I love that you see the help that you're giving not only the students who are coming to us for adult education and upskilling and all of that, but you also understand the importance to the employers. But now that you've been here a while, what do you enjoy about your position at Stafford?
Well, I'm learning a ton, right? This is, as much as I've been in education for a long time, this is completely different, but fun and challenging. Yes, there wasn't a whole lot going on, but there was classes going on in July. And it's like every other job. You start off very slow, and then all of a sudden you get slammed with, oh, okay. So we have the CDL program is very strong for us. That was going on all through the summer, and I've learned a lot. I learned a lot the very first day about the CDL program, getting questions from the public. And then welding is a big program that we've started in the fall. Our LNA program, the licensed nurse assistant, was going on prior to me coming. And a lot of this was all set up before I came in, and set up very well, and those community connections were really strong. And so I'm just coming in, learning everything and continuing those connections and hopefully growing those connections and finding out the needs. the interesting part is the needs for the community, just like anything else, they're always changing, right? So talking to the community members and getting out there and meeting everyone. Met folks from GE, which is a great partnership that we have with them. Want to continue that work that we're doing with GE and seeing how we can grow it. And then, so L&A, and I said the CDL, aesthetics and cosmetology. So we have a big aesthetics program that actually runs out of the woods at Killington. And it's been fun. I've gone to these classes. I've learned a lot watching the classes, and there's a lot of science that goes on in that aesthetics class. Cosmetology happens right down the hallway from where my office is at Stafford. So we don't just have classes on campus. Our CDL program happens at Casella Waste in West Rutland, and I've been there. Sat in an 18-wheeler, sat in a dump truck. It was kind of fun, you know. It's like, didn't picture myself ever doing something like this, but loving it, learning a lot. The folks that are teaching these classes have a wealth of knowledge to share, and yeah, it's been great.
So for some people who, you maybe heard the term CDL, that's a commercial driver license. There's different designations of those.
So we have CDL-A, which is when you're driving the larger tractor trailer trucks, basically anything in tow. And then the CDL-B is more like your dump trucks and stuff like that. And then if you have your CDL-B license, we have a program where you can do CDL-B to A to upgrade. Whether it's an upgrade or not, it's just a change and add to your license. So yes, we have quite a bit going on, and that program is always open. It's an open enrollment. Basically, when you get ready, you meet all your qualifications for it, we then get you started in the program. But we have, right now, it's so highly enrolled that we just need to maybe pause people for a week or two at a time until we're ready, because there's a lot of folks in it.
And there's a lot of jobs right here in Rutland County,
right,
with that type of a license.
Correct.
For fuel delivery and for Casellas with the trash trucks, which are really high tech.
Right.
There's all kinds of opportunity, and it's one of those things that's portable.
Correct.
Like you could move to Burlington, you
Right.
could move to New Hampshire. There's portability to it.
Correct. So it's an enjoyable thing, and I also now when I drive around, I look at tractor trailer trucks and big dump trucks and stuff with a whole new understanding. So it's fun. It's a growth and learning process for me and everyone else involved.
And it's invigorating to have new stuff to learn, right? Like
yes.
It's
yes.
personally.
Yes.
Because I as a paraeducator, I sat in on a lot of math classes, and math hadn't really changed that much from when I was in school. There might have been a little different system to solve, but the basic math doesn't change.
No.
So once you had a handle on the math, you could just teach the math, right?
Right.
So now you're taking in all of this other information just like a sponge and soaking it all up and really enjoying that.
Right. And actually what's exciting about it too is, and pretty amazing, is how much talent we have right here in the Rutland County area, and the instructors that we have that are doing this for our folks in the area, and the businesses that are just reaching out and saying, hey, what can we do? How can we work together? So it's really impressive. You can live in an area a long time and you don't really know all that's there until you start to get involved in different ways.
I just learned recently, Stafford is celebrating 50 years at our Stratton Road location, and I just was reading some old articles from the Rutland Herald in 1974, and we had adult education even then.
Yeah. Right
from the get-go, we had adult education available, which I didn't realize. I guess I never really thought about it. But we've talked about the CDL and the LNA. We've talked about aesthetics and the cosmetology. There are other things that go on. I know there's phlebotomy. Is also kind of in that medical careers field.
We're coming up, yes, phlebotomy is going on now. And a lot of these courses, so like the CDL is an open enrollment, it happens all year long as you get ready for it. A lot of them are offered at certain times and you have to apply and register, and you'll, and take them as they come. And that's like our welding program has 4 classes, and we're on the second round right now. And then another class will come up in, I think it's January. But the phlebotomy is a very successful program, and that's happening right now at Stafford, and we're looking to start another one in 2025, maybe end of January, somewhere around there. So we're actually, the exciting part about the position that I'm in, like when you're in K through 12 schools, there's a calendar for the year, and it's set, and you go through the year and it's over. In this position, you're constantly resetting the calendar. There's more classes coming, so keep looking online. We have everything updated online. It gives you most of your information. Always happy to have people call myself or my assistant, Tracy Marsh, who's wonderful. We can give you some help and some guidance. We work closely with VSAC so that folks can get financial assistance if they need it. And the other program that I wanted to talk about besides phlebotomy is our CCMA. That's the Certified Clinical Medical Assistant. And that program is starting in December, December 3rd. And it's a series of 10 modules that can get you certified to be a medical assistant, which Community Health is a partnership that we have with them, and they are working with us and support that and support their employees to get that certification. And so there's so many things out there, and and then the LNA program, we're actually running one now, but it's out of Randolph. We'll be starting another one in the Stafford area probably in March. So all these things will constantly get posted on the website.
Yep, staffordonline.org.
Right, and you got to look for the adult ed little
At the
icon
top,
at
yes.
the top. You have
Yep.
to look for adult ed and click on that.
And so there are also some, like, what I don't want to say fun, but there are some fun classes that are offered at Stafford as well.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about some of those?
Yeah, so most of what we've been talking about are certification programs. A lot of the programs that we have will get you some type of certification one way or another. But then we do have like pottery. It didn't run this year. We didn't get enough interest, but we can try it again. But different classes like that, I know in the past they've had cooking and things like that. So I highly encourage anyone out there who might be watching this that is interested in teaching a class to get in touch with me. Again, my number at Stafford is 770-1032, and it's Gwen Hagenbarth, or you can call my assistant Tracy Marsh too. But we're always open to ideas, and it's just a matter of getting the people that are interested, enough people interested, so that we can run the program.
Yeah, I know in the past we've had digital photography and watercolor painting, and if you're a community member who has thought of something that maybe you would like to see offered, you can give us suggestions, and then we can try to find an instructor. Or if you want to instruct one of these classes, again, put together a little proposal, talk to Gwen. We're always looking to offer the community what the community is looking for.
Correct.
So the position that Gwen is in is so busy. She has new classes starting all the time. She has these rolling enrollments for the CDL program. She is working with a large number of our community partners and pulling it all together and just kind of keeping it all running, which is fantastic. And she really came in and hit the ground running. It was, as I said, it was a little slow in July, but there were things already happening. Mm-hmm. And as she said, they were set up and they were already running. And she just had to she could learn on the fly and get those things all put together. You talked a little bit about working with VSAC. We wish we could offer all these programs for free. That's just not possible. Mm-hmm. The instructors want to be paid. There are material costs and fuel costs and all kinds of things like that. But you do work closely with VSAC, and there are grants and loans and.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's a lot of grants that we can write. The other thing that I should mention is Melissa Connor is the director of Stafford Technical Center, and she's an amazing director to work for. And so, yes, I came in and had to learn on the fly, but I learned a lot from her and others at Stafford. Kate Bosnich is the assistant director for the day program. Rutland City Public Schools, this is the third time I've been hired in Rutland City Public Schools system, and I've loved it every single time, and it's always been a helpful community to help you learn and grow in these things. And the grant writing, yes, they've shared, there's grants that have already been written. There's ones that I can look for, like we need a new truck for our CDL program. We need an upgrade. Our trucks are old, and I've got to look into writing some grants for that. So there's a lot of opportunities out there, a lot of community support and money that we can look forward to continue to grow the programs.
That's excellent. And again, my job is focused on our adult not our adult programs, our high school programs, our day programs. And there's some overlap in that, you know, I handle social media for Stafford, and when there's stuff going on for adult ed, I try to post it, I get the news out there. We have a lot of students who, when they finish with us, they may slide right into one of these adult programs. They may finish the LNA through the Health Careers program and take phlebotomy at night, or the CCMA. The continuity is fabulous. We have students who take welding during the day. We have a lot of people who come in and do the welding program at night. Sometimes they're working for a municipality. Because believe it or not, this might come as a shock to some Vermonters, but those snow plows, they need repairs. So I know they've had some Department of Transportation people in to do the welding, which is so helpful for those municipalities and those large trucks that we all count on, right? Like, we want to get out on a snow day. We don't want our snow plows to not be available because they're broken. So we have a great partnership with Casella as well. I have a soft spot for Casella because my son is employed there, so hi. And we really just try to keep the community getting the resources they need. So the offerings at the adult level change all the time based on what the community is saying they need. The CCMA thing really came about because community health was one of the places that was like, this is a certification that would be helpful. If you've been to the doctor recently, you know, those CCMAs, they might be the person who's checking you in and weighing you and taking your blood pressure and getting those initial notes down for the doctor or the nurse practitioner or whoever's going to come in to see you. I think that's fantastic that we are helping people rise,
right?
You know,
and whatever level of interest you have, it kind of fits into our program. So, like, even though the welding program can give you a certification, you can do it just for fun. There are people that come in at the intro one and the level one. They're just doing it for fun, or just the ability to fix some things around their own property, or just to toy with some metal and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be that you're making a career out of it. And as far as the medical field jobs that we have, or the trainings that we have for jobs, they can lead people into a place that they weren't thinking they were going to go later on. So I was talking to folks from the community health centers here, and they said, they'll have folks come in as LNAs, and then they get their CCMA, and then eventually they might want to go back into school and get their RN or their LPN. And so you're making money, and you're helping the community, and you're fulfilling a need, and then you're also seeing where you might want to change a career or grow in a career or move in a different direction. So it's really a wonderful opportunity for everybody involved, those who need the employment and those who need the employees. And like the GE, they have a lot of their folks are hired, and they have their apprenticeship programs with us. We're looking to see what other things that we can do. You know that they just were recently given a large grant, and a lot of it was going to Stafford, the day program, but we were talking about how we might be able to offer other other classes based on the machinery, the technology that we're getting from that grant. So those that work at like Hubbardton Forge or places like that, it's not just GE that would benefit from these new technologies that we're getting at Stafford.
And that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves on in the day programs. All of our programs are advised by a program advisory committee who is made up, those committees are made up of people who work in the industry, and they let the instructors know what they need to be teaching for today's industry. One of the best examples I can offer is we bought it's called a switch vehicle. It's an electric vehicle. And for our automotive technology and our auto body repair folks, they need to know how to safely work on electric vehicles. They need to have that baseline training. Each manufacturer has specialized training for their mechanics and their people. You know, Toyota trains for Toyotas and Nissan for Nissan and that type of thing. But this switch vehicle allows students the chance to work with and explore that technology while they're still in high school. And that came about because the advisory board was saying, the students are coming to us and they don't know anything about working on electric vehicles. So in the same manner, we shape our adult ed programs based on feedback from the community, from the employers, from the industry. And that's just one of the ways that Stafford is giving back to the community to make it work on all sides. And we tell our high school students often that you're making a for now decision. For now, you've decided you want to be a mechanic and you want to work at Toyota. But in 2 years, maybe you've been working at Toyota and you've been trained and now you kind of think that maybe you want to do something else. Well, that for now decision, now you're making a new for now decision. And sometimes, we'll say to students, we're preparing you for career and college, both, because you might not think college is in the cards for you right now, but in a year or 2 years or 4 years, you may decide you do want to go to college. And like those LNAs who take the CCMA, now they have a little more responsibility, they have this credential, and it may open up other avenues for them. So every decision is kind of for now, that this is what I want to do. And again, the CDL to upgrade from one to the other, for now I only want to drive the mid-sized big truck. I'm going to be driving a dump truck. But then later on you're like, oh, maybe I want to be a short haul trucker and I'm going to be driving down to Jersey and back or whatever. And they want to upgrade, right? So those for now decisions, it takes some of that pressure away that I have to make a decision for the rest of my life. I still haven't made a decision for the rest of my life.
Well, I guess I haven't either. It's constantly been changing. I started off in elementary education and ended up in middle school, high school, and administration, and here I am in adult ed. So it's a long and winding road, but it's fun and interesting, and you're growing the whole time, and you go with it. Everything that you learn along the way is going to help you for your next step, even if you're not directly using it. There's some growth in that. So
there's always that the professional skills, the personal skills, the ability to sit and talk in front of a camera, which is not always easy. All of this stuff comes together. And again, if you are interested in any of the things that you've heard about today, our website, if you're looking for adult ed information, when you go to staffordonline.org, at the very top of the page, there's a little icon that says adult education, which will take you to all things adult education related to Stafford. If you are a parent of a high schooler or a high school student and you're looking for our day programs, they're right there on the homepage. We are in the middle of our recruiting season. We have our 10th graders coming to visit the Monday and Tuesday before Thanksgiving and the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. We'll be hosting around 400 plus sophomores. They're going to come and check out some of the programs and see what Stafford's all about. And we welcome any and all inquiries in regards to adult ed.
I just wanted to add a couple things.
Yeah.
We also have online programs, the Ed2Go, and that is like, I think there's about 300 different opportunities, and that's on our website also, so you can check out the Ed2Go classes. They're just multiple topics.
They're phenomenal. I've taken 2 or 3 of them myself. I took one on marketing. I took one on providing support to special education students when I was a paraeducator. Most of them have 2 options. You can do them in real time, or you can do them self-paced and kind of work through it at your own pace. There's the ones that I took, there was a time limit even on the self-paced, like you have 9 weeks or 12 weeks to finish it. But some people prefer that online interaction with other people who are taking it at the same time that they are. There's a lot of options there, from computer certifications to I did some special ed, there's marketing, there's accounting, we couldn't even name them all if we had started at the beginning of this show. Right. They're reasonably priced, and they are all online, so there's no going out on a snowy night to have class. You just log in from home.
And it's not too late to sign up for those. In fact, you said an email just went out today in our schools saying that it's not too late to sign up for the Ed2Go classes, so you might want to check those out. And again, I encourage you to look at our website often, because we're always updating it. And like I said, in the adult ed program, that's constantly changing. You know, there's always something being added or something that started that we, move from the site for a while and then we'll put it back later. And one of the things that we're trying to start up is an MA program, which is a medication assistant. And that's because of what we're hearing from folks that are working at nursing homes. Our RNs at nursing homes are overwhelmed with the duties that they have to have, that they perform, and they get a lot of help from our LNAs, but an LNA cannot administer medication, so there's this MA that you can get, so we're looking into that, and one of our daytime instructors is talking with the State Board of Nursing to get that program up and running, so as soon as we get it all set up, you'll see that out there. There's again, like Cindy said, we're always listening to the community, going out there in the community and hearing what the needs are from both the people that need jobs and the people that need employees. And really, that's what being a part of the community is all about. I really want to thank Gwen for taking time out of her very busy schedule to come and sit with me today and chat with me. Next month, we will be back with another episode of The Stafford Show, and until then, look for us online.